Buenos Dias, Peregrinos. Nice little climb just started. I thought I'd better get a little hill in. So a nice little jaunt up here, then sling a right, see where the trail takes me. Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, what other sage advice I could give to would-be pilgrims. And there's the bed bug thing. Okay, yeah, there are bed bugs out there, and it seems that more bed bugs are becoming more prolific across Europe as a whole. What you've got to realise is, and you shouldn't blame albergues, okay? The trouble is, and I've said this in previous Caminos, not every pilgrim has or maintains high hygiene standards. Bed bugs are carried along the way by dirty pilgrims, basically, and they're deposited, and you have to be rather unfortunate to jump into a bed that was vacated the day before by one of these filthy individuals. Okay, hygiene is important, you know. I see people, you know, I see people never doing any laundry, wearing the same clothes day after day after day without washing them, wearing dirty socks, and then like about 2 weeks in they find an albergue with a washing machine and then just wash all their clobber. Why? You know, it takes 2 minutes, 10 minutes maximum to wash a t-shirt, shorts and socks. Simple as that. That's all you need to do, and you've got a clean set to put on. And then while the others dry, you just get up in the morning with the same stuff you've been wearing all night, put your now clean dry stuff in your backpack, ready for the end of the day's walking. It's simple. Yeah, hygiene is important. You're sharing the trail with lots of people from across all walks of life, and just be aware of that. And but another good thing to do, bit of good practice, is when you get to an albergue and you choose your bed, have a good look around it first. Give it a boot, a kick, a shake about, see if there's any little nasties crawling around in it, because it's a highly unpleasant experience by all accounts. Yeah, be mindful. Yeah, and moving on from that a little bit as well, usually these days most albergues, I'd say 99% of them have like plastic mattresses, and you get given like paper type throwaway sheets and pillowcases and stuff. So they're pretty clean. Most of them are maintained very well, you know, so that's it. One thing I will say is, yeah, alright, I know everyone wants to rush off to the big cities and the main places and stick to a routine, because you've got a planned trajectory of when you want to arrive, and you've got a flight booked home and all this sort of stuff. But if you stay at the smaller albergues, the quieter ones, the in-between ones, where in between where everybody else goes, you get a much better quality of albergue. Definitely, because in the larger towns, the albergues know that they're going to get hundreds of people every day, and they're just raking the money in, so they're not providing the same kind of service generally. Whereas the smaller ones want your custom, they need your custom more, so things, they tend to be a bit cheaper. They usually have very good foods, you know, restaurant, bar type things attached, and are clean, quiet, not so busy, so you do tend to get a better rest, you know. it's nicer. I prefer it. I definitely prefer it. Yeah, so when talking about larger places, just as a for instance, and this is my personal experience, Burgos, beautiful city, lots of history, rich, vibrant, you know, it's nice, plenty of bars, restaurants, loads of pilgrims, you know, people to chat to. It's nice, it's a good vibe. I've been there, first time I went was actually on a motorbike, and had a pleasant stay. The second time I went there was on my first Camino, and I stopped in Burgos. I stopped at the Albergue Municipal, which is huge. You know, I think it's like on 3 or 4 floors, hundreds of beds, and it was packed, absolutely ram-packed with pilgrims. Mad, you know. But yeah, I had a good time, good night, met some nice people, and then went on. But I noticed some nice little places before Burgos and some nice little places after Burgos. So the last time I went, a couple of years ago, I started in Logroño, and I started there because the first time I walked through Logroño. So I thought I'll start there because it's it's similar to, you know, a nice big town, loads of stuff going on. So I thought I'd have a nice evening and then head off in the morning. So anyway, by the time I get towards sort of Burgos way, I stop at this little village, a beautiful albergue, which was just amazing. And then the next day I walked through Burgos, and I think that was the day I met a good friend of mine, Zoltan from Hungary. Hello Zoltan, if you're out there. And we walked into Burgos, we stopped, had a few beers and a chill, and then started walking out of Burgos, and stayed at the next village about 12 kilometres outside of Burgos. And again, it's a little albergue I'd seen before, and I walked past and I thought, okay, I'm going there. And it was amazing, really, really nice, real big, comfortable bunk beds, lovely bar, restaurant and all that sort of stuff going on. And it was just so much nicer, you know. So you walk through these big towns, stop for lunch, have a look around, and then carry on. There's no reason to gather there and just get destroyed. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's weird. Still climbing. Yeah, another big one, the race for beds. Don't join the herd. The 5 o'clock in the morning, shuffling through the darkness with head torches and click-clack sticks, just because you're afraid you're not going to get a bed. Many people book ahead, you know, the night before, just for because they know where they're going to go the next day. Some people book days in advance. But again, generally, these are the main big stops, which are on the big main itineraries, which everyone tends to sort of stick to when they do their first one. I did. It's like when you stop in the in-betweeny places, you don't need to worry so much, because the majority of people aren't stopping there. Now, I tend to sometimes book ahead a day if I can, just because sometimes you just think, right, I'm tired and I want to ensure I've got a bed. So you can do that, you know. You know, if you can't get to exactly where you want to go, you might be able to go an extra couple of kilometres or a couple of kilometres before, you know what I mean, and worry about it the next day, you know. But essentially what I'm saying is just chill, you know. Don't worry about it. The Camino provides. I keep saying that, it's true. There's actually a footpath here, as you can see. I'm not just walking randomly through a farmer's field like I've seen somebody else earlier on doing, but each to their own. Interesting, like potatoes and stuff in here. The last crop, I guess. Freebies. Yeah, I pretty much covered everything, I think, for the preparation. Like I say, today's Saturday. I've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then we're off. So I can get another couple of walks in, I guess, and that'll be it. So unless anything springs to mind, probably see you in Spain or on the ferry or something like that.